Coming to you live from the Cowboys headquarters in Frisco. Deep in the heart of Texas, it's the Star at Night.
Wow, dramatic much?
Why are you getting in the way of my intro?
You mean our intro? We're your hosts. I'm Kelsey Charles.
And I'm David Hellman.
Okay, let's just start this show now.
It's here. No more speculating. There's no more wondering.
Love it.
We are in the playoffs. The Dallas Cowboys. Do we need to talk about a 51-26 beatdown of Philadelphia? I don't know. But the Cowboys secure
Yes, we
number 3 seed in the NFC. They are hosting the San Francisco 49ers. It's 1992 all over again.
Let's go.
How you doing, Kels?
Honestly, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm excited. I feel like there was a lot of chatter, specifically coming out of the Northeast, and how it took playing the backups to run up so many points against them. And honestly, I'm not here for that narrative.
So let me ask you that. So beating Philly,
Yes.
beating Philly's D team, do you feel like that has bolstered your confidence in the Cowboys heading into the playoffs?
Honestly, at first glance, I was going to definitely say no. I mean, again, we all knew in week 17 and 18 you weren't going to see a ton of the starters. But at the end of the day, I really do feel like this team went into Philadelphia and led with conviction. On top of it all, too, it was kind of fun to watch so many players reach milestones. That, to me, felt like the most of the moral victory that you could have taken away from this kind of game.
The whole second half of that game was just me checking the media guide, oh my God, he's going to set a record. He just set a record. Oh, Zeke's over 1,000. Oh,
Surely the coaches planned that.
No, absolutely they did. They were calling plays to get records. Look, I don't know if it's going to translate. I don't really believe in the concept of week-to-week momentum.
Sure.
But I got to give the Cowboys credit. This thing played out exactly the way they wanted it to. They went up there, they looked good, they get some confidence, and they won, which helped them improve their playoff seeding. They deserve credit for that.
So speaking of playoff seeding, obviously you mentioned that number 3 position, but did you ever foresee the Rams and the Cardinals taking an L this weekend?
Going back to what I said at the top of the show, we've been speculating about this for weeks. I mean, we've known the Cowboys were going to be in the playoffs since Thanksgiving.
We were for sure it was Arizona.
I hadn't given the 49ers a moment of my brain until 4:30 on Sunday afternoon. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen. Which,
Exactly.
Again, the Cowboys put themselves in position. The question now is that a good thing? Is the 3 seed, or is this matchup what you would prefer?
Okay, so I actually do want to dive into that too, because San Francisco has won the last 7 out of their 9 games. Obviously, we know there's been a lot of talk about Jimmy G and all the things he's had to overcome. Deebo Samuel is a special type of player. So yeah, how are you feeling about this matchup come Sunday?
I feel like it's going to be a heavyweight rock fight. Just face punches all day long. I don't know. If you saw the way the 49ers ran the ball in that game, this is going to be a handful to deal with. Deebo Samuel, he's such a good runner that people don't talk about him as a 1,400-yard receiver.
Yeah.
Nick Bosa,
Incredible.
They got 4 sacks on Matt Stafford the other day. This is going to be tough, man. And the 3 seed helps you because you can get a home game in the next round.
Sure.
You got to win this one first, and it's going to be tough, dude.
All right, well, we're going to break down what that matchup's going to look like with a very special guest, friend of the show. You guys, Kay Adams is joining us coming up next.
Cowboys Star at Night is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors, the official sporting goods retailer of the Dallas Cowboys, AT&T, and by Favor, the official on-demand food delivery partner of the Dallas Cowboys. This segment is brought to you by the Dallas Morning News. Nobody does sports like Sports Day. Your home for complete Dallas Cowboys coverage.
All right, well, we promised we had a very special guest for you all on today's episode, and I am for sure she will not disappoint. The great Kay Adams, friend of the show, is joining us. Hello, Kay, welcome back.
Hey!
That's pressure. I don't want to hear that. I'm so excited excited to be here again. This is a fun little tradition, and there's a lot to talk about and a lot to celebrate. Congrats on your postseason berth. Let's go win a Super Bowl.
I mean, you said it, not us.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I mean, I'm not trying to blow smoke, Kay. I just love, we see you every morning on Good Morning Football. You're like the first lady of the league, I feel like. Like, everybody loves Kay, and we've got her on the show.
Yes.
So.
First, why can't I be the president? Why do I have to be the first lady?
Hey, that's a great,
you know,
shame. That,
wow,
I feel like you got that wrong.
The patriarchy.
Why don't you give him a little, why don't you give that guy a noogie right next to you, please? Yeah, go
Slap
ahead.
me on the wrist. All
Yeah,
right, I'm
David.
sorry. I'm sorry, Kay. You're right. You are the bee's knees of NFL coverage as far as I'm concerned.
Oh my goodness, that's almost worse than what you said originally.
You just need to take a step back here for a minute.
Do the interview. Get me out of here. I'll just be over here.
Do less.
Do less, David.
All right,
I'll be
let's
over
go.
here.
All right, so I do want to talk about this Cowboys team, though, Kay, because obviously, I mean, I feel like they're always a constant topic of conversation in the league, right? But especially now, making it to the postseason, they're 3-0 in wild card games. How are you feeling like this team can fare? Especially, I mean, again, they're facing the 49ers. This is a historic matchup for this team. What are your thoughts going into this weekend for us?
It is historic, and it's something we've never seen before. We've never seen Dak Prescott take on Jimmy Garoppolo in any game in NFL history. So even that is intriguing and exciting. One of the most exciting play callers in the business, and Kyle Shanahan going up against Kellen Moore, who clearly wants some coaching gigs potentially. He wants to make a name for himself. And what has he been holding in the bag that we haven't seen, that we did see more in the first half of the season? Do I think they have what it takes? Absolutely. This is the #1 offense. They're just as talented as anyone. And the expectation is a Super Bowl. They did struggle. I just got to keep it real. They struggled against top competition this year. 1-4 against teams with 10 or more wins. They fell to the Bucs, as you guys know, the Chiefs, the Raiders, and Cardinals. The lone win coming against the Patriots. That is a little bit concerning, because if we're talking about making a run, that path past the Niners isn't easy. You got to go to Tampa. You're going to have to go to frigid Lambeau. It's going to be tough, but Dak should have this team ready to do it.
Which, I mean, everything you just said is totally fair. I don't think anybody in Cowboys Nation would disagree with that, with what we've seen. I'm just curious, though, there's always pressure on the Cowboys, certainly with the playoff, with the Super Bowl drought, all that stuff. But I realized this today as well. Kyle Shanahan technically has a losing record as a head coach, and Jimmy Garoppolo is a guy that they are actively seeking to replace. Trey Lance is in the building. I know he hasn't played a lot this year, but it's obvious that there are designs on the future beyond just this team. So what type of pressure do you think San Francisco is dealing with, and maybe is it similar to the situation the Cowboys are in?
Yeah, we saw their GM, Hall of Famer John Lynch, jumping up and down, of course, in SoFi, getting this huge win, getting this playoff berth. They've dealt with a lot of adversity. They've had some injuries perennially. They made it to a Super Bowl. I think that alleviates some pressure. I think the Cowboys would feel better if they could at least say that they got there and out of the NFC. So I think that sort of takes the pressure off a little bit. I would say with Shanahan, he's a brilliant mind. He really is. And I think Dan Quinn's going to have his hands full with Deebo Samuel and what he can do. But that doesn't mean that Jimmy Garoppolo is revealed. Like, Dak and Jimmy, both very rich men. Dak's job is secure. He's your franchise quarterback. Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't know what his future is. He's putting together a demo reel resume tape out there and trying to do it. I was really impressed with how he held command of that team. His hand isn't even 100%. But the pressure's on Dak, I think, more than Jimmy G, because the expectations are lower for Jimmy G. Both $100 million men, but Dak was crowned as a Super Bowl contending quarterback. I picked Dak Prescott to be my MVP this year. With the talent, how good we know he is, and that paycheck, he's got to show up.
Okay, so these quarterbacks are not the only ones facing pressure. I think we've seen the storylines this week with a lot of these coaching trees, right? So you've got the Kirby Smart and the Nick Saban interaction on Monday, and then now you've got Shanahan and Dan Quinn. So obviously Shanahan's the head coach and Dan Quinn right now is just a coordinator, but I do want to get your opinions on really who do you think has that competitive edge between those two coaching minds?
Between Dan Quinn and Shanahan?
Yeah.
I mean, I know Dan Quinn. He's been on Good Morning Football many a time when he was the Atlanta Falcons head coach. He rallies everyone. You can see what this defense looks like with him at the helm, creating so many turnovers. The defense got them here in a way. At least the last 8 weeks or so, with what the offense has looked like, it looks a little bit different, and I hope that Helen is just holding it in and sort of going to unleash it here in the postseason. Shanahan, I don't know, kind of evens itself out. There's very different styles, but do I want to see Deebo Samuel up against Trayvon Diggs? Yes, please. Pop me some popcorn. Let me sit back. And that might be what it comes down to. Deebo is out there, flinging trick play passes in big playoff implication games for them. Like, I would hope Kellen gets CD out there doing the same sort of similar thing.
So we could talk Cowboy-Niners storylines all day, but Kay, you covered this whole league, and there are a lot of great matchups this weekend and Super Wildcard Weekend. We want to get your take on that. Of course, we're going to do it with a twist. When we come back, we'll get right to it.
This segment was brought to you by the Dallas Morning News. Nobody does sports like Sports Day. Your home for complete Dallas Cowboys coverage. This segment is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors, official sporting goods retailer of the Dallas Cowboys.
Welcome back to the show. We're back with Kay Adams for another segment. Like I said, Kay, of course, Cowboys-Niners is, for my money, probably the juiciest matchup this weekend, but there are a lot of good games. Of course, we want to talk about the rest of the league landscape. We're going to do it with a Cowboy twist. That's what we do here. We're a Cowboys show.
Of course.
But we're going to do something we're calling Wild Card West.
So original.
Look, all right, we're just breaking down the games, okay? But
Do I need to go get my cowboy hat that I don't own now?
oh my God, I wish you had. I wish you, or maybe need like a fringe.
We should have
jacket or
shipped her one. It's on us.
All right, we're gonna get to this. Okay, so Kay, it's very straightforward. But if there's a game that you think is gonna be a Wild West shootout, what do you got?
Oh, a high-scoring affair. I'm going to say Niners-Cowboys. We talked a little in the commercial break here. The firepower, the number one offense. Dak, get it to your boy, CD. Make it happen. You know who looked good against the Eagles? And I want to hear what the Eagles trotted out. Zeke Elliott had a great game. 4.8 yards per carry, baby. Let's get him the ball, feed him. The secondary for the Niners just got off COVID. They've been depleted and have not been a strength at all. The offensive line, I think, has done a pretty good job of protecting Dak Prescott, so Bosa's going to have his hands full, and that O-line's going to have their hands full with Bosa. I just think high-scoring game. Deebo Samuel on the other side will keep the score up. Kittle always good for a big explosive one as well. So I think this will be fireworks. Trick plays, unleash the bag.
I like that one. If I had to pick another one, though, I think I would have to go Cardinals-Rams.
That's where I am.
Yeah.
And I think I think the league thinks so.
Yes.
Monday night.
That's literally why.
Like, I heard a rumor we were supposed to be Monday night, and I think they liked that
SoFi
Cards-Rams
Stadium
matchup a little bit too much.
Yes, give them the Kyler Murray. You've got Cooper Kupp on the other side. I mean, it's the perfect Hollywood matchup. I think it's going to be high scoring. I'm 100% going to be tuning into that game.
All right, Kay, let's keep the cliches rolling.
Okay.
They used to, they did like train robberies in the Wild West. So if there was going to be a robbery, AKA an upset, do you see an upset on this Super Wildcard Weekend? A great train heist?
Oh, there's plenty. Look at the seating and look at the there's potential for that for sure. The biggest upset would be, and I'm not saying it's going to happen, obviously the Steelers taking care of business on the road. Ben Roethlisberger can barely throw the ball, and he's out there traveling to non-friendly confines of Kansas City in the frigid cold for this one. I mean, it would be unbelievable. TJ Watt getting 3 sacks of Patrick Mahomes. Can you imagine? I mean, the Chiefs took care of business against them in the regular season. The score was 36-10, and they put up those 36 points early and dominantly. I know it's not the same right now, but the thing about the Chiefs in the AFC, they're just not as dominant as they have been in previous years. It's a very tight race in that conference.
Okay, so I love that one, and I actually do want to talk about that game a little bit more here in a second, but I kind of feel like the Bills and Patriots have a bit of an air for an upset around them. I mean, listen, you've got the rookie quarterback. we all know he's going to be a part of the mix. Josh Allen has been playing incredible, right? But you can never count out the Patriots when you have Bill Belichick on your sidelines. Like, that to me feels like a very awesome potential for an upset. They've split the series thus far. Bills are favored 6.5. I mean, it could totally happen. It's plausible to me.
I don't want to expound on this, but if you're asking me, the most likely upset based on seeding is probably right here in Dallas, if we're being real.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
What?
I'm sorry.
Sir.
Okay, real quick, we got to get you out of here, Kay, but this is my favorite topic. I don't know what that says about me as a person, but a lot of good games this weekend. If somebody was drunk, just the drunkest matchup, like, throwing down shots
we want to tie a game drunk.
What's going to be the drunkest game
What
this
does this
weekend?
have to do with the Wild Wild West?
Because we're hanging out in a saloon, we're taking shots of tequila.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot. The saloon.
Yeah,
Got
the
it.
whole salute. Just go with it.
See, the one that you guys think is going to be really high scoring, and it probably will, between the Rams and the Cardinals, it could get drunk in a hurry. It could get, like, you could go and Sean McVay taking shots at the bar and everything's great and he's spitting game and it's fantastic and he's dunking on everybody, but it could not work out. We've seen Matthew Stafford throw pick six after pick six after pick six, and especially he picks the worst times. The worst. It's like when you're at the bar and you're like, should I take this last shot before I go home? No, don't take the shot. Don't do it. Hand the ball off, Matthew. And he can't do it. So his side could get drunk. And then you've got Kyler on the other side. I don't know what to make of him either, honestly. No DeAndre Hopkins as of yet. We don't know if him or J.J. Watt are suiting up for this one. This could be fireworks, but it could be a disaster. It's like going out on New Year's Eve night. Best night of your life or a tragedy.
See, you understood the assignment. That's exactly what we were looking for. Just as an LSU fan, the weirdest franchise in the league, the Raiders, going to play my guy Joey B. I feel like there's some potential for
weird.
madness there. But, Kay, either way, it's going to be an awesome...
As you can see, you know who I think is winning.
Yes! God, I wish we had time for another segment just about
Wish
that.
I had a cigar.
Oh, me too. Kay, we're looking forward to it either way. We appreciate your time so much.
You're the greatest.
We will talk to you soon. Very much appreciated, and we will be right back after this.
This segment is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors, official sporting goods retailer of the Dallas Cowboys.
All right, y'all. So if you know anything about me by now, you know that special teams is a bit of a trigger point for me, okay? I have some thoughts about the topic of conversation, and apparently I'm not the only one. Coach John Fossil went ahead and chimed in himself. Take a listen.
I think he's still, I can speak for him. I think he's still trying to find it. And he's been real close, and for a couple of weeks there, he was really dialed in. And then he said Kansas City game, he hit a couple really good balls, and then he just kind of lost it, and he's been kind of back and forth. It seems like since the Kansas City game, where he felt like that's when he found it.
You don't think that's kind of scary to be going into a playoff game and you're still talking about your kicker trying to find it?
If it was a rookie, maybe, but I think every kicker's kind of lost it before and they find it again. I think Tiger Woods a lot of times has lost it. It's like if you're a golfer, it's like, man, once you get it down, why don't you just stay with that forever? But either they kind of lose it or they kind of tweak it. So it's a good question. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, think a lot
Tiger's a Hall of Famer, though. Tiger's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, well, we got a ways to go, Greg.
All right, so we do have a bit of a ways to go with Greg because it's been a bit of a struggle. I mean, let's be honest. Consistency has not been the name of his game. He's missed 6 field goals and 6 extra points this season. David, I would love to get your thoughts on the matter. Should we be concerned? Because we literally are in the postseason at this point, and we are still having these types of conversations.
Shouts out to my guy Newey Scruggs, first of all, for
What a pointed question.
Literally, isn't that kind of scary to be going into the playoffs with a kicker who's still looking for it? Yeah, it's scary. Okay, I'm not the guy for the hot take, honestly, because we talked about this off the air. It's mainly been the extra points, which, while not ideal,
Sure.
he's still hitting the important kicks more often than not. We're talking about it because he missed an extra point in Philly, but guess what? He went 6 of 7 on the night including a 48-yard field goal. He's had 4 or 5 opportunities at clutch late-game kicks this season. New England, LA Chargers, Vegas to go to overtime.
Sure.
He's hit all of those. So I'm not trying to convince anybody that there's no reason to be worried, but I'm not panicking, if that makes sense.
I can't say that I feel the same. It is just, to me, a bit concerning.
You get pretty worked up about kickers.
I do. I'm sorry. Like, I got spoiled. I do appreciate Coach Fossil's just being honestly forthright and saying, hey, listen, yeah, it's a struggle. We're worried about the mentality, but it's not something in my mind that can't be fixed. So we do have some fixes that we might try to bring to the table ourselves, though, in the form of slime. We're going to tell you more about that coming up next.
Cowboys Star at Night was brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors, the official sporting goods retailer of the Dallas Cowboys, AT&T, and by NFL Game Pass. You'll never miss a game again. Enjoy full and condensed game replays from Week 1 to the Super Bowl.
We won't be there to see it, but we needed another wrinkle in this matchup. Cowboys-Niners is the Nickelodeon game.
Yes!
It's going to be slime, shooting out of cannons and stuff.
I love it.
I just want, really more than anything, it's cool they do it on TV. Can I get a slime bath for Mike McCarthy if they win the game?
If the Duke's Mayo Bowl can do a mayo bath, surely we can do a slime bath.
It just makes too much sense.
Well, while I don't really see that happening, I do hope I see a W this week, and we're going to break it down some more come next. So thanks, guys, so much for tuning in. See you guys next time.